Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AITA. In today's episode, AITA for telling my sister her son is only special to her. AITA for laughing at my housemate when he suggested I not shower on my period. AITA for ending my childcare agreement with my sister because I don't want to care for her future stepkids who I never met. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. AITA for telling my sister her son is only special to her. I, F26, have 3 older siblings. This is about my oldest sister Abby, F37. Abby has a son, 5, and I have a daughter, 1. Abby dealt with years of fertility issues and had probably 10 plus miscarriages. Then she had her son, and of course, he was Abby's miracle rainbow baby. We were so happy for her. But then it leads to Abby spoiling her son and letting him get away with everything because he's a miracle and he's special. Everyone has always bit their tongue when it comes to her son because of that. On Saturday, I had my daughter's first birthday party. It was mostly family and a few of my close friends were invited. I invited Abby and her son because everyone else in our family was invited, so I felt bad excluding her. We had different activities for the kids to do. Abby's son didn't like any of them. He was upset none of the presents were for him. He didn't want to eat any of the food we had. He then decided to try and push the cake off the table because apparently, he was mad the cake wasn't his. I got super upset at Abby for allowing her son to act that way. She went on to say her son is special. I said her son is only special to her, which is understandable. But to everyone else, he's a spoiled brat which shouldn't be overlooked because he was your special miracle baby. Abby called me a bitch and left crying. A few family members have since called me an because I've never dealt with a miscarriage, so I don't understand how painful it was for Abby to deal with years of that before her son. It's not that I don't realize her son is special to her, but it doesn't give the excuse for Abby to allow him to act like a spoiled brat. So, I have dealt with multiple miscarriages and do understand the pain. Still NTA, and you are 100% correct. While he is her miracle baby, no one else in the world is going to coddle him except her, and she is raising him to be a spoiled entitled brat which will only bring him issues later in life. He needs some manners and discipline, and your sister needs a wake-up call. What is she going to say to the police when he gets arrested for his bad behavior? But officer, he's my miracle baby, he didn't mean to steal/assault someone/whatever stupid thing he did because he thinks he can get away with it. It's better she realize this now than when he's older and there are real-life consequences to his actions. NTA. Being a rainbow baby isn't an excuse to be terrible. Your sister is neglecting parenting her child because of the difficulty in having him. That's a road to disaster. A strong wake-up call was needed. NTA. Stop inviting her places where your kid will be. Keep that aggressive kid away from your infant/toddler. NTA. Y'all did well to not crush her moment, but the kid's 5. It's time to start crushing those moments when he wants to push your child's birthday cake to the floor. AITA for laughing at my housemate when he suggested I not shower on my period. I've, 31F, live in a share house. One of the housemates, Jack, M30, has never lived with a woman outside of his mother but likes to say that he is aware of women's issues and calls himself a feminist. For instance, he doesn't agree with the saying no uterus no opinion because it's my job to be informed about any issues that could affect me if I become a father or husband, which is fine until it came to this issue. So, like most biological women, I have periods. I, however, cannot use tampons or cups due to a condition called vaginismus. It's pads all the time for me, yay. I know, the shower during this time. Wow. I prepare a new pad onto a clean pair of undies, shower as normal, dry myself off in the shower, and then step straight into the undies. And obviously check the bathroom for mess. Jack's never complained, nor has anyone else, so I figured my system was working. Q today, and I can't shower for 48 hours due to a heart monitor test. I was jokingly complaining about how I was going to survive without my nightly shower, and Jack looked up confused and said, "How is this any different to when you're on your period?" I asked him what he meant, and he said, "Well, you can't shower on your period unless you use a tampon," and I laughed because I thought he was joking. He has shown before that he was at least semi-educated on women, which he got angry at. Jack said, "Wait, well, what do you do?" And I said slowly, "I shower." I wasn't getting it, I'm afraid. Jack said, "Without protecting my bathroom?" He does not own the house, and then went off. Apparently, my period is unhygienic. It can cause infection if left on the shower floor, and he was under the impression I hadn't been showering for a week when I had my period or using tampons. I said that due to reasons I can't use tampons, and he told me then I'm banned from showering when I'm on my period, which I laughed again, at which I did apologize for and say, "I'm sorry for laughing," but the audacity of that statement. I told Jack he has no way of enforcing this, nor would I be sticking to this, and he said fine. Then every time you shower, you need to bleach the bathroom afterwards, to which I couldn't help but laugh again, apologizing, but saying we're in a share house. That's not reasonable when other people need to shower/use the toilet, and considering I'm sure at least somebody else pees in the shower, is ridiculous to only enforce on me. I brought that up and he said nobody does that, I've never heard of that in my life. So I just had to walk away. Jack's been complaining to other housemates about this and saying that we need to watch out for me, and we all just think he's absurd for banning me, but a couple think that I should just at least try and compromise, so I'm confused. AITA? NTA. I'm surprised he doesn't ask you to go into a special hut in your unclean time. Or bathe in only cold water and eat only dry bread. Maybe Opie's hut is far away. I know mine is, so I too end up committing crimes against humanity like showering during my period. Seriously though, and I am very curious, what compromise should OP agree to? He wants to ban her from showering in her own home. What exactly is the middle ground here? Also, he's 30. I cannot express how pathetic that is, and anyone even remotely considering pandering to him is equally as unequipped to survive out in the wild, let alone among regular human beings. NTA. By your well-informed, feminist roommate a book about menstruation and a pair of flip-flops or water shoes so he won't be contaminated by your unhygienic period. Meanwhile, remind him to stop rubbing one off in the shower. NTA. He's more than welcome to bleach the tub right before he showers though. Because he will never know when you're on your period again. Keep him guessing as to whether you're menstruating or not so he can bleach the tub every time he uses it. It's a win-win. He gets to have an uncontaminated shower and everyone else gets a super disinfected and clean tub. The obvious solution is Jack doesn't use the shower when you have your period. He's the one with the problem. Sure, because not showering for a week on your period is the more hygienic thing to do. NTA. And there is no compromise here, he's a child, plain and simple. It will always astound me the way some men, immature men, act and react to the very normal bodily process of a period. Newsflash, guy Opie has been showering on her period this whole time and you never had a clue. So clearly, there is no problem here, it wasn't hurting you when you didn't know and it will continue that way. This guy sounds like such a loser. Info: are you the only person in the house that menstruates? I can't imagine others standing by while this unhinged rant took place. AITA for ending my childcare agreement with my sister because I don't want to care for her future stepkids who I never met? 27F, am a stay-at-home mom to my two little boys ages 5 and 1. I also take care of my sister's two children ages 8 and 6 after school and during summer break. She sends snacks for all the kids and pays me a small amount of money. I never asked for a lot because it was never a big deal to me and I enjoy seeing my niece and nephew. But now things have changed. My sister is engaged and her future husband lives out of state with his two children. My sister already told me they were hoping I would take care of them. I asked when I would be meeting the kids and she said they fly in just before the wedding and I would start right away. I told her I would like to get to know the kids first, and she said they want to start out on the right path with being a blended family, and that means treating the kids the same. She said they want them to have that after school time together. I told her I understood, but I would not be comfortable taking care of the kids for extended periods of time when I do not know them and will have met them 1 or 2 times before they would be placed in my care, and I would not be comfortable. My sister asked why I can't just embrace a big change and throw myself in. I told her if she was willing to give me some time to get to know the kids. She said no. So I told her firmly that she would need to find someone else to take care of the kids. My sister told me I was really showing that I only consider family those who are related by blood. But I would feel the same if my brother came back home after several years and asked me to watch his kids who I have never met and they're blood related. For me, it's just a position that requires a close, existing relationship for me to be okay with it. AITA though? NTA. My sister asked why I can't just embrace a big change and throw myself in. That's an unreasonable demand. Also, have you tried asking her why exactly she can't let you meet the kids first? Something smells funny about that. Sure, she's getting married, she's busy, and they're out of state, but she might be hiding something, too. Does one or both of the future husband's kids have difficult or extra care requirements? I'm getting a big feeling she's trying to push you into agreeing so it's harder for you to back out once you find out whatever she's hiding from you. What I'm guessing is one or both kids have big behavioral problems or big care needs that are demanding. Medical conditions, developmental problems, etc. Stuff like that can be really demanding and rough, and entitled people all follow the same trickster pattern when they intentionally conceal this and try to force someone to agree to dealing with it in advance, so if that person later tries to back out, they can play the "but you already agreed" card. If this happens, try and remember no matter what trick she falls back on, that she tried to manipulate you. If this isn't the case, then fine, but she's still being pretty unreasonable. NTA. Your sister is a my way or the highway person. The only way to re-educate those type of people is to show them the highway. Reiterate your stance, don't play her strawman games. You might want to get in front of the inevitable lies she'll tell family by proactively telling family members what really happened. Don't ask them for advice, tell them what went down. Perfect advice. My way or the highway doesn't work when you are wanting someone else to do something for you. She should be willing to allow you to get to know them and go from there. You are already doing her a favor. My partner has kids, and it took a while for me to get comfortable enough with them to be willing to watch them when she is gone. It's also better for the kids to have time to get to know you before they are just dropped off with a stranger. NTA. She should take a week off and watch all 6 kids just so she understands what she's asking of you. She's being ridiculous. NTA, taking care of 6 kids is a lot in general, but especially without knowing these kids' energy level, likes and dislikes, anything. I also think your sister is wrong on the kids' side as well. Wouldn't they be more comfortable with the new change if they knew the person they're spending significant time with first? Taking care of 6 kids is basically the same work of a kindergarten teacher. NTA. Clearly your sister has taken advantage of you for some time now. You are saving her a fortune by caring for her kids rather than having them in daycare. I'm astounded by her assumption that you'd automatically take on 2 more kids. Her response to your perfectly reasonable request is quite shocking. It really shows her character. Personally, I'd let her 4 children get to bond together at some other babysitter or daycare. You can enjoy some quality time with your 2 children without the stress of having to care for 6 children. I really hope you stand your ground and not get pressured into caring for half a dozen kids. Good luck. NTA. You are right to refuse. I told her if she was willing to give me some time to get to know the kids. She said no. She likely knows why she does not want that. Sounds like they do not want you to meet the kids before getting you to agree, which is concerning. Also, 6 kids is a lot more than 4. And they are merging their families. Many kids start acting out during that phase. You do not want that to happen at your home. You would be an AH to your kids to allow that. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.